Hey guys, Chris from Revival Cycles. We're here at Barber Vintage Fest. It's really damn hot outside, so we're hiding out in the museum where it's nice and air conditioned. One of the main attractions for Barber Vintage Fest is this museum. This is probably the best displayed motorcycle museum in the world. The way that you can walk around every single motorcycle, it's well lit. There's little placards about each bike so you can learn some fun facts. And one of the coolest things is there's a cluster of Vincents. So we have a Black Shadow, we have an Egley Vincent, we have a Rapide, and a Comet. The Vincent at the time was one of the most technologically advanced motorcycles, and part of that is the unit construction, engine and transmission, which is something that other manufacturers weren't doing at that time. And also the engine was a stressed member, which means there's no frame. The Vincent was the first motorcycle to not have a frame, so there's no down tube, and it looks like the engine's just kind of floating out here. Another really cool feature is dual drum brakes, way ahead of its time. And one of the things I really like, I think, is as a mechanic, the rear tire you can change with 0 tools. The rear axle has a neat little spanner where you can grab with your hands and unscrew the axle. You can adjust the chain here and then unhook the brake. Little details like that throughout the bike are what really set it apart from other manufacturers. The difference between the bikes, a Rapide, silver engine, like super high level silver engine, the Black Shadow, black engine. It also had higher compression, bigger carburetors, different cams. This is the collector bike that everybody wants. The Rapide is the more affordable Vincent, and then the Comet is our single cylinder version of the V-twin, so basically half a Rapide. The Egley Vincent is one of my favorite Vincents. Egley was a man who made road racing kits for Vincent engines from 1968 to 1972, and he created a chrome moly chassis that stiffened up the Vincent, added telescopic forks, so much better suited for road racing. Each Egley Vincent was different front end, different brakes, so basically a build to suit race bike. And they all had AML GP carburetors and were just really hot motors. This was the best road race bike you could build back in the day. And here we have the Series D Vincent. This was the end of the line for Vincent. So this is a 1955 Vincent Series D. They wanted to make the bike look more sleek and elegant. So they incorporated or built fender and a big fairing so you could stay clean and not get windswept when you're riding, and these side covers, thinking that their higher end clientele would appreciate how smooth the bike was. It didn't sell very well. The buyers wanted to see that cool engine just hanging out in the air. Here we have a 1929 Majestic. Majestic is a French motorcycle. There's only a handful of these, of real Majestics in the world. Incredibly rare motorcycle. I've never seen one before. And of course, it's at the Barber Museum. They have everything here. But this motorcycle, so different than anything else at the time, has a hub-centric steering. The chassis is pressed steel, it's bolted together. And it was designed as a touring motorcycle to be comfortable and take long rides on, but I wouldn't take this on a long ride. They used a variety of power plants. This one has a 350cc single cylinder. I believe AJS manufactured the motors for this for a few years. And then also the Cleveland 4-cylinder was also used in the later model bikes. Just love the smooth lines, all enclosed bodywork, huge grills. Just the detail of this bike is really good. The hand-painted pinstripes, all stainless steel fasteners, just really nice piece. It's cool to be able to see it in person.
I'm here with Dennis Mccarthy from Barber Vintage Museum. He's gonna tell us a little bit about
Great to have you, Jeff. Chris, yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. So basically, I'm gonna just kind of give you all a tour of the restoration shop and the museum. You know, we can pretty much go wherever y'all want to go. This bike right here is our 96 Britain. That's really the crown jewel of the museum. Certainly one of our most valued machines. Throw me some questions.
Tell me, what are we looking at here?
All right, so this right here, this is the early stages of one of our restorations. This is a 1916 Pope, which is an early American, makes about 15, 16 horsepower, air-cooled. when we look at a bike that we're going to either potentially restore, not restore, conserve, or whatever, the rule of thumb is if it's been restored before, it can be restored again. So if it's once it's restored, the history, the blemishes has been, you got a clean sheet of paper. If it hasn't been restored, you almost never want to restore it. You want to preserve it because you want to save that history, because it really, really can affect the value. This particular one we think was restored probably in the late 60s, early 70s. It's worth, right now, it's probably worth about 65,000 or so. Restored, probably 145,000, somewhere in that neighborhood. Unrestored, it'd be worth about 200.
I'm curious, when you guys do paint, do you use just modern paint techniques, or you trend?
But with the asterisk, I've got to try to figure out the way it was when it was brand new in the dealership, when it was manufactured. This one was a little different in that when I did the paint robe, you go down the metal and come back one layer. And if it's an older bike, it's not going to have primer on it. This is glossy.
Right.
That tells me that's probably enamel, and that's probably the original color. I keep saying probably because there's no definitive, you know. So then after that, we're like, all right, well, that's probably, you know, we're probably on to the right color. So then from there, we try to match up that particular shade to the right color. Not really. Now we're getting more into. That's still not dead on.
Right.
You know, a little bit darker, a little bit lighter.
A little more blue in there.
You know, that's what I want. This is warehouse 1 of 4. Cool. We're creeping up on 1,800 bikes in collection. Wow. We've got right at 1,000 for the public to see. Yeah, on display. But like what Mitch and I do, apart from restoration, is, all right, you got to put it on a box. And looks pretty simple. You know, got some striated aircraft wire. It's got to be perfectly centered. Goes down through the box. We deflate the tires and run it around, crimp it, air up the tires.
Tightens up.
Tightens up.
Smart.
Yeah. We got some prototype Buells. That guy over there. There's another one. There's another one up there. That I first saw this thing, I'm like, man, this is crazy looking. It looks like they took like a Cessna and snatched the engine out of it and stuck it in the frame. I mean, huge motor. Waterjet Room. This is where we do a lot of our metal work. That was cut out of a solid piece of steel. It's got the capability to cut 7 inches.
Because they're cutting like tooth shafts. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you cut splines, just about anything you can imagine. Oh, it's a fantastic machine.
Dennis, I just want to thank you for showing us around the shop.
Yeah, Jeff, absolutely, man. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, Chris, I hope y'all really had a great time.
For sure.
All right, yeah.
We'll look for you next year.
Yeah, you're always welcome. You know, anytime you want to come back, just let me know.
All right.
You got my number.
We'll pick up where we left off.
All right. All right, you guys take care.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
It's such a great experience. You can appreciate even more the detail of the bikes and spend literally days here, because this is a teeny tiny corner and there's, I don't know, 5, 6 floors, and it's all, every detail's been thought about. So coming here is just an inspiration for sure.
Now's the time of video where most people ask for money or donations or whatever. I'm not gonna ask you for that. What I'm gonna say to you is, if you wanna see more videos and you wanna learn more of what we've learned, and you wanna see a deep dive into a lot of these topics, go to our website and buy something. We sell everything from motorcycle gear, helmets, motorcycle parts, specialized tools. We sell lots of things, and they've all taken us years to figure out what the best stuff is, and we figured it out. So go to revivalcycles.com. There's some really good stuff there. Everything from like kick-ass hand grips from Posh to Radiance LED lighting and everything in between. We want to teach you what we know, but this stuff takes time and it takes real effort to make these videos and make them good for you guys. So go support us by helping yourself to the cool stuff you already need. And it helps us because we make a little bit of profit and then we can justify doing more videos. Thanks for your support.